Hi again, brothers and sisters, it's Tris in Lyme Regis again. As you can see, beautiful view behind me, and wanted to share a testimony with you. I used to not enjoy working hard with my hands. I used to find it, well, I'm a painter and decorator by trade, and I used to find it laborious and boring and hard work, that a bit like a kid when they're told by their mother to clean their room or something. I felt this way when I had to work every day, kind of working hard. But actually, when I became a Christian, I discovered that it's a huge benefit, because working with your hands leads you into a meditation, I suppose, where you're busy, but and you're occupied, but mentally, especially with physical work like digging or I don't know, you're working hard, but you've got time to think. I know it's different if you're doing an intellectual job where you have to use your brain, but that time where you can think, basically, is an amazing opportunity to actually go into prayer and go deep with the Lord and listen to Him, let Him speak to you. He enjoys it when we focus on His kingdom, and He enjoys it when we take notice of His Spirit speaking to us. And His Spirit can speak to us so strongly when we're creating and working with our hands, and when you combine these two things, working with your hands and prayer, it's very powerful, because you're being creative in a physical and a spiritual way, and it's a beautiful thing. And it's actually a very important spiritual practice to do, which is why Paul tells us in Thessalonians that we need to do this, work with our hands and lead a quiet life, trusting the Lord. And that's really all I want to say on it. I encourage you to if you don't work with your hands, if you live a kind of a unfulfilled life, then definitely going deeper into prayer as you're working is a spiritual discipline that will benefit you so greatly. And it's because you're active, it's because you're doing something that kind of frees the mind. And I've learned this as a painter and decorator. I've learned this spiritual discipline, and now I love painting and decorating. It's like God has given me a new lease of life. And okay, yes, sometimes it is boring, but I can always listen to what God's Spirit is teaching me, revelations, as I open up the Word in my free time, and then go into work and think about what I've read and let Him speak to me over it. It's hugely powerful, and every Christian should get involved, as far as I'm concerned, because the benefits are huge. It's such a huge blessing. So be encouraged, and work with your hands and lead a quiet life, just as we're commanded to. And it is a command, He wants us to live as well as we can for the kingdom, and bring about kingdom fruit. And even when you're hard at work, you can bear spiritual fruit, simply just by having that spiritual discipline. So be blessed in Jesus' name. Have a good day.